All right, we're live.
Why does everything got to be about you?
Did you say we're live right now?
We are live.
All right.
Wow.
So I'm here in Santa Monica Pier, which is why you can't see my video. Anybody? Oh wait, no, they don't know that yet. Shit.
Idiot.
Idiot.
I was gonna go to a Starbucks, but I think I might get mugged on the way there. Too far. Either that, or I shouldn't be talking about what we talk about at Starbucks.
So where are you?
Yeah, like rape and shit.
So you're just in the middle of a parking lot, or what?
No, I'm sitting in the middle of the beach on the sand, and I'm sitting next to a Bubba Gump because I'm trying to hack their Wi-Fi, but it's not.
Are
really
you
working.
building
I've tried
sand
everything.
castles in the sand?
Was that
Are you robbing?
Hold on.
Are you robbing daggers?
I was gonna say, was that a How I Met Your Mother reference?
Yeah, I know what things are. Sometimes.
Never.
What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of the Speakeasy Gentlemen. We have today me, David, Katie as our guest, and Josh, who is in California right now at the Santa Monica Pier.
Great part.
Yes. Yep. I'm in California right now.
But
he is
you don't.
sitting.
You can't see him.
In the sand. Oh, they can see him.
Castles.
We have a live feed of him right in front of the
Hold on. Let me
Ferris
just
wheel.
post it on Facebook. Live now. Goddammit.
Thanks for subscribing, Brandon.
Oh,
We got another subscriber. Wait,
Yeah.
we got 90.
We're
Hey,
at.
did
let
it
me
pop
see.
up?
Starbucks person.
It didn't pop up because it was during the intro.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Ah, boo.
Fucking
do it
Brandon.
again.
Fucking
Way to
Brandon
ruin
has
it.
to kind of ruin it already.
It's like
I think we're at 90 subscribers now.
Where Marge gets that doorbell and she wants someone to ring it. Remember that?
Their song, Why Do
Yeah.
Birds?
Suddenly appear. He's like, why don't you ring the doorbell? He's like, why? You already know I'm here.
All right, I don't have a cheers for us today, but we are drinking the Angry
Bruh.
Orchard.
You guys are.
Mine's mirrored. What are you drinking, David?
Well, this weekend pretty much just like busted my bank. Josh, are there people talking?
What?
Yeah,
I can hear a bunch
that's
of
what happens in
people-
public.
There's people everywhere.
I don't like the
Yeah,
public.
there's people walking by me. I'm trying to get some change. No one's giving me any money though.
Oh, dude, tell them it's for a good cause. Be like, hey, come on, we're live on Speakeasy Gentlemen. I'm drinking this because...
Dude, I should.
Is that whiskey?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is that?
Whiskey.
What kind of whiskey is it?
And then
Is that wild turkey? What is that?
Evan Williams. But I
Oh.
do usually drink Wild Turkey. It's usually my go-to. I'm drinking this with McDonald's iced tea because I like to call it whisk tea is what I call it.
Are you from the South? What the fuck?
Yeah, Southern California.
Oh my god.
David,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you call it Mick whiskey?
That's a
It
good
just-
Or
one.
it
McWhiskey.
It just seems like you missed
Miss an
opportunity
opportunity.
there.
Anyway, I don't have a cheers, but cheers, guys.
Cheers, queers.
Hey, that's a good cheers, I guess.
Ooh, that is tasty.
So
actually.
I brought a water to do the show, and then I went into the van to try to do the show from the van.
Wait, you're by the
but-
ocean? You're not by a river? You're not by a van down by the river?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You guys ever seen that old SNL skit with Chris Farley?
No.
Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about, David.
That's like 40 years ago. Sorry,
This is
everybody.
actually pretty delicious. It tastes like apple juice.
Fuck you.
It's pretty much what it is, huh?
What are you guys
So-
drinking? Angry Orchard?
Basically.
Angry Orchard. Katie, have you tried Red Apple Ale?
No, actually, I haven't.
Oh, that's so much better.
I've tried that. That's pretty good.
You get it.
I don't
You'll
know.
like it.
Angry
You'll like it. Yes, you get
Orchard is as close to the British brand that you can get. So that's what I got.
There's a British brand?
Yeah, it's called Asphalt.
Asshole?
Oh, tell that story. Oh my god, please tell that story.
Okay.
Tell that story about your
Okay.
asshole, Katie.
Okay, so I went to London for study abroad last summer, and I don't like beer. And obviously, all the Brits, all they drink is beer and ale.
Like, can I get a coffee? Beer.
I went and I was like, "Do you have cider?"
COBE.
B-E.
So I asked the lady if they had cider, and she was like, "Yeah, we have Aspall." And I was like,
Excuse me?
Did you just say ass balls? Like, what the fuck kind of name is that?" So for weeks, we're calling it Aspall cider, but it's ASPAL, and it's a British brand.
Josh, could you tell those people around you to shut the fuck up?
Just mute between your talking, Josh. So
Yeah.
so it's spelled Aspal, like
I'll mute myself.
ASPAUL.
Okay.
PALL, I think.
PALL, but
Well,
you were
Aspal.
saying ass balls the whole time.
Ass balls. You
Yep,
gotta
I
put
put
that
a P
ass
instead of a P. For sure.
That's pretty
For
funny.
about a week. The weirdest thing is no one ever corrected me. So I don't know if they were just being rude because I'm American, or if it just sounds so
They just
similar.
thought it was
couldn't
your
even-
American accent.
I think they
Maybe
were
they
afraid of
thought I
you
was
because
an
you're
idiot.
American.
I don't know.
Have you heard
They're
how
like, she probably
Americans
got
say
got-
ass Paul? They think it's ass balls. Maybe that's what it is in
They're like-
America.
They were like, these American girls are in some weird sex things.
So, while we were prepping the show, I went on Katie's Facebook and grabbed a few photos, and I'm gonna have her explain them to us as a
I hate
as a little
so
icebreaker
much.
for her.
Ooh, okay. We're getting to
So
know
go
more
ahead
about
with this
Katie.
one.
It's me
It's you
on a horse.
on a horse.
The end.
Why the long face?
I was just born this way, okay?
How long ago was this?
Deciding my looks. Probably like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe.
Damn.
It was taken in Colorado,
Okay.
actually.
Do you have a horse, or is this just like?
No, this is my horse. He lives
Oh.
on South Mountain right now.
What's his name?
Okay.
His paper name is Shock Prescription because he's a psycho. Just
Shock
like-
Nice.
prescription.
Yeah, you know, back in the day where they used to strap you down and like buzz the fuck out of your brain.
So it like not lobotomy.
Electrotherapy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that was his paper name, and it fits him because he's absolutely psychotic.
Has he
so-
ever tried to like throw you off him? He's like, get off me, bitch.
Oh.
Like,
The first day that we went to go practice for competition, he ran me over.
Oh
'cause
my
he was
gosh.
scared of a bird. A bird that's like this big, mind you, compared to a horse that's like thousands of pounds.
When's the last time you saw him?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah. Do you see him
Oh.
often?
Yeah.
I want
He's
to
only
go.
like 20
I've never
minutes
ridden a
away.
horse before. I want to go see
Yeah,
a
me
horse.
We can go horseback riding. It's
Let's
fun.
do it.
hey, can I do it? But I want to dress up as Zorro. Do you have an all black horse?
I could find one probably.
All right, cool. We
This is Arizona. We are the Old West technically, so I'm sure there's
can
someone.
dress up
Yeah,
like
there's
Zorro.
horses everywhere here. I
Yeah.
actually saw someone like riding a horse once, like just like on the sidewalk. It was so weird.
Where we went hiking is a big horse trail area. A lot of people take horses out there.
I didn't realize
So wait a
how
minute.
huge they were. Horses are huge.
If there's a lot of horses where you guys live, do you guys ever like get into an argument with someone? Be like, do you guys ever say like, "Fuck you" and the horse you rode in on? You guys
No.
ever use that? You guys should.
No, but
Probably.
we will.
When you get really hungry, do you say, "I'm so hungry I could ride a horse"?
So hungry I could eat a horse. Shit, if it came down to it.
Watch
Alright.
out for your talk therapy guy. He's gonna get mad at you. Heard that.
All right, how about this image right here?
Oh, that was last summer when I went to London in front of the Eiffel Tower.
That's not
That's
London.
London.
I knew he was gonna say
Well,
that.
Wait.
I went to London, and on the way I stopped in Paris. Okay, give me a
Wow.
fucking stop
No.
at the Tower.
No, we're not giving you a break. I didn't know they had the Eiffel Tower in
how
London.
long were you in Paris?
For like 4 days or something. It wasn't that
Oh,
long.
shit.
It was like a couple days. So.
All right.
Did you do anything
I
cool
got a
out?
fun one next.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, so this is
What's going on?
basically all the women in our family taking a shot ski in Ohio at this like German beer garden.
There's a shot ski, so
Yeah, there's 4 shots that are glued to the ski, and you have
Yes.
to all take them on the ski.
Dude, that's a lot of trust, man. I could not do that if I had my friends that I drink with. They would like fuck it up.
It was
Well,
pretty
all
fun.
you have to worry about is your glass, right?
Yeah, you just have to focus on where the glass is in front of you compared to like where your mouth is, so you don't dump it on your forehead instead.
Was this the last time you went to Ohio, or was it a while back?
No, this was like probably like a year
Okay.
ago.
Wait, I thought you
It
said
was the most recent trip.
Oh. Wait, that was in Ohio?
Yeah, this is before my cousin actually had babies, so it had to be like a
So,
year, almost 2 years.
This was like her last bit of fun.
Basically, yeah.
Is that the reason why she got pregnant? Too many shot skis?
No, she graduated. So this was like the night after her graduation, and then she found out like a month later that she was pregnant. So.
Oh my God.
Oh man, it sucks. I'm
She
sorry.
probably was already pregnant in this picture, honestly. So,
Just didn't know it yet.
yeah, basically.
All right, this next one, you're really gonna have to explain. The tagline was "Kayti says hello."
Dude, I don't even fucking know. That's like from high school. How did you find this shit?
This is like a reference to what is it? Was that
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura? Yeah, where he like talks with his butt.
No, not even. I don't even know who took this picture, but this is for sure from high school, and I can only tell because I haven't had those pants since high school.
Just says Kayti says
The
hello.
fuck?
Kayti says hello.
I don't even know.
When Piers creeps, he creeps.
He
Yeah,
really does.
apparently.
It's
Well, to be fair, most
Right.
of your pictures like 2 rows down are from like 5 years ago,
yeah, that's true. I'm not really on Facebook a whole lot.
and I've only
so-
known you for a year, so I'm like, where are all these? What is happening in all these pictures?
What is it happening? Please, somebody got rid of those boots though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Where
I don't
are
have-
those
I don't have
Uggs?
any of that
Yeah,
outfit.
boots.
What are Uggs even?
Oh,
Fuck,
they're just
ugly.
abominations.
Abominations. All right, so tonight
Well-
we are going to talk about the Emmys, which just passed. I think Monday. That was Monday, right?
The Emmys just passed.
I don't know. Either
Yeah.
that. I didn't watch it, so I have no idea. I'm assuming that's what happened because I googled it and it said Emmys were on the 17th. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about it. I didn't watch it either, but I heard about
I
it.
didn't even know it was a thing.
yeah. You didn't know the Emmys were a thing, or that it was?
No, they were, but I didn't know it was like going to be like televised. Like, where you
Oh,
could
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never watched it, so.
So
Anyway.
where,
But there's a bunch of interesting things we're going to talk about in regards to that. But after that, we're going to talk about reboots. We have some conspiracy stuff from David. We're going to do a little debate about Marge and Homer and who's better.
I hope you're
And-
ready. I hope you're better, Katie, because I'm a master debater.
Are you the masturbator?
Damn, she called you out.
Ooh. And then we have a
Hey,
listen to this.
I'll bait you into any argument. Right?
You sound just like your brother.
Oh, Pierce, you're a masturbator too?
Been into the
Masturbator.
family, guys.
Yeah, we have a listen to this, which we haven't done in a while. There's only one part on it, but we haven't done that in a
What
while,
is
and I
that?
got it. And then after that, we're going to do some Netflix and Hulu before we wrap it up. So yeah, let's get into the Emmys.
Bless you. Did you sneeze, right?
No, I coughed. Sorry.
Oh, don't do that again.
It's one of those gray areas. I'm not sure if it's a sneeze or a cough. So
Yeah,
get
man,
this. For the past 17 years, HBO has gotten the most Emmy nominations. And that streak has finally been broken. Here's a little chart for you guys.
Of
So,
course, it's Netflix.
yeah, last year Netflix had 91 Emmy nominations and HBO had 111. And this year Netflix had 112 and HBO only had 108. So Netflix, for the first time, beat HBO for the most.
Do you think that because Netflix has such a wider range, so many people are watching it?
Yeah, like they've released all these shows and like they've been very hit or miss. I feel like they like Fuller House, like not everybody liked that. A lot of their reboots that they released, like people didn't like. But for everything that they released that people didn't like, they also had a lot of good stuff. Like they had Stranger Things, like they did what's that show about a daughter?
Black Mirror.
They did Black Mirror. There's a show that they rebooted that was about a daughter that like she has like really young. I forget what it's called.
What?
I have no idea.
She's
what
only
you're
like
talking
Yeah.
she's like 17 years older than her daughter. It's a really old show, but they rebooted that and they did like 4 episodes and that went off really well. So like Netflix is doing really well with all the stuff they're releasing, I feel.
They have been pretty good, dude. I like. I don't really want. Oh fuck it. My friends, we were watching American Vandal.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
It's
so
like
have you seen that movie or the little video that's been circulating on Netflix about like a school where people were fucking poisoned and they were shitting all over the place?
Yeah, I thought it was
So-
real, dude.
Yeah, that's from American Vandal, and someone at my work was
Yeah.
showing me. He was like, "Dude, it's real," and I'm like, "No, it's not." And he was fucking arguing with me for like 10 minutes about it.
Dude,
Like, it's not
I
fucking
thought
real.
it was real, and then like we were watching it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this entire season's about that shitting thing at the school." I'm like, "Wait, that wasn't real?" Like, no, it was like the footage was from the show.
Did they receive an Emmy nomination for that? Since it was
I
such
don't
good
know.
acting, apparently.
Oh man, I don't know, man. It was pretty. Watching that video,
No, yeah, I saw the video,
dude,
and
I could not,
honestly,
dude.
it
It's like a
was
worst
shit.
fucking nightmare, dude. Yeah, it's like a
It was
shit.
pretty shitty.
It was a fucking shit school, dude. I was like, dude, imagine being the janitor to clean that shit up and be like, no, fuck it, just burn the school down. Like, We'll
Do you know what we're Pierce? You know what we're talking about?
No, I don't.
They say that someone poisoned something in the cafeteria.
They put a
and
laxative
all-
in lemonade, and the people who
Yeah,
have
and all of
it
these kids are shitting. Like they're
Oh
just
my
shitting all over the
God.
place, and like they're
uncontrollably.
they're like crying next to the lockers. There's like, there's like a girl who's like beaten down and like crying right next to
She's
shit.
like shitting in a box, dude. It was so fucking gross, man. I thought it was real, but then like watching the show, I'm like, it's still kind of, just disturbing. You're like, but
Did you see that clip though? It shows like this girl running and then she like slips and shit and falls on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
nasty.
It's all filmed like it's a cell.
It's a
phone.
mock.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Mockumentary.
show itself is a mockumentary. They're trying to figure out who did it, who caused this whole shitstorm thing.
So David, you're not watching that one.
Shitstorm.
You're watching the penis painter guy.
Oh no, they were watching that one last night. I woke up this morning and we were watching this shit thing. So we kind
gotcha.
of watched the second season today.
Oh shit. What's
Yeah,
up,
that's
George?
right.
What's up, Nate? What's up, Jessica? What's up, Mom?
Pierce
Hey, guys.
is like, oh shit.
So, oh shit, that was real.
Mom
shit.
asks where you're at. Josh is in Santa
by the
Monica.
beach,
I keep wanting to say Huntington Beach, but I don't know why.
I'm sitting on the sand in Santa Monica, and people are walking around me, and the kids are running around me.
It sounds like a roller coaster tycoon, like with all those background noises. When there's like
Yeah.
little kids screaming, that's what it reminds me of.
You should tell those kids to shut up, though, John.
I've been working the mute button, so I just got to keep track of it because I'm probably gonna say some stuff and laugh by myself.
I thought you were gonna say I've been giving them really dirty looks and they haven't stopped.
I've been threatening them, but I don't think they speak English. I've been throwing shit at them.
Throwing coins that people are leaving you.
Throw something heavier.
So are you guys at all surprised about?
I'll pick up the smallest one and throw it at the others.
Are you guys at all surprised about some of these networks that got nominations? Like VH1 had more Emmy nominations than CNN.
What the fuck are they doing on VH1? What have they been?
How are they
There's
getting
no
Emmys for anything?
music?
Reality TV.
Is that what it
Not
is?
anybody watches anymore.
Yeah, what shows? VH1,
Yeah, what the-
MTV.
what the fuck?
MTV is the one that does
What
Jersey.
VH1's like behind the music and stuff. What else do they do?
No,
They do
VH1
like World's
now,
Dumbest. They
they're
do
all
World's
like
Dumbest
club
Criminals and shit.
shows. They're all like
Really?
the one and like what is it? There's like all these MTV-esque shows that are on VH1 now. It's weird.
Yeah, VH1
Wow.
sold out, man.
Yeah. Well, so did MTV. It's not about music anymore.
Well, MTV did it long ago. VH1 was still like about the music for a while.
The,
so you're
the,
gonna
M,
blame
the,
them
M,
'cause they were late to ditching.
the M stands for millennial. It's millennial television now, not music.
Ah.
It's not music television anymore.
Look how bad Hulu's doing though. I mean, like they're still doing great, but compared to like ABC is doing better than them, CBS, NBC, FX, they all have more nominations than Hulu.
Did you hear that they're launching the DC streaming app now? I believe it's already launched.
Oh shit.
Wait,
So, what? Go ahead, David.
no. Like I'm listening to you. What are you going to explain? Go ahead.
So Ralph Garman, he's a guy that I listen to I listen to his podcast. He's a former DJ at K-Rock.
We miss you there.
He's going to be a host of one of the shows on the DC streaming service.
All right,
But
all right.
they're gonna be like, it's gonna be a bunch of DC movies and TV shows and shit. But like, yeah, whole DC universe on a streaming service.
So, like, if you want to watch DC's, crappy, like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, what we have Arrow and Flash.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Batgirl.
Supergirl.
There's some good shit on.
I like
it.
Supergirl.
Yeah. Supergirl.
Yeah.
I said
Power Girl.
Power Girl.
I was like, wait, I haven't seen that one yet. Okay, so here are the programs that got 10 or more nominations. Surprise, surprise, Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Some of these I haven't seen. I haven't seen Westworld or Handmaid's
Haven't seen Game of Thrones.
There's a show on here that I've been talking about a few times, The Marvelous Miss Maisel. It got an award for, let me see here. It got like
best supporting actress, actually,
yeah,
or something.
It got, how many? It got 14. So there was one for female comedy or something. And it was like at the top of the list for that one.
Do you guys remember the Lizzie McGuire movie?
Yeah, why?
Okay, so the teacher that takes them on their trip and calls Gordo a brown noser, she actually won the Emmy for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's the best supporting actress in that show, and it's funny because I haven't seen her since the Lizzie McGuire movie.
I didn't recognize her. I saw like
she's
4 or 5
awesome.
episodes.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Henry Winkler win it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, the Fonz.
Yeah. So
hey.
he finally won his first one, and he was like, when he was gonna read it, he was like, I wrote this a long time ago, so it may be a little out of date or something like that. He barely won his first Emmy right now, but at the end he was like, it was like a really a good speech that he wrote, but at the end he was like, kids, Daddy won. You could go to bed now. And his kids are like 40 years old now. and it was like one of the first awards too. So it was like 5:30 in the afternoon.
Oh my god!
I was telling them to go to bed.
That's fucking funny. There's a couple people who just recently got their stars on the Walk of Fame too. It was like Jack Black and
Jack
Black got his. He was doing a funny pose for his little photo shoot.
Those poses that it was hilarious, funny. Dude.
There's a couple other people too. I think I thought that the Fonz also got his star, but I'm not sure. I guess I was remembering something else.
They had a petition a long time to get Adam West his star, right?
Yeah, dude.
But Jack Black got his. So what do you think is really star worthy that he's done?
Jack Black?
He's just been around for such a long time.
Yeah, Jack Black.
I think for sure that my favorite Jack Black performance movie is Nacho Libre.
He's had a lot of good movies.
He's had a lot of good movies.
School of Rock, Nacho Libre, High Fidelity.
Nacho Libre is the top one for me because it's not even him. He plays the Mexican so well. You're like, oh, it's believable. It's not Jack Black.
So that's the one. So Pierce and Katie, what would you be scrolling through and it's a Jack Black movie and you would stop and watch it no matter what?
Absolutely none of them.
I'd watch. I don't think I would do that for any actor or movie, but I would be inclined.
Really?
Yeah, but I would be inclined to watch Nacho Libre. That's a good movie.
I think honestly, I'd have to reach back a little bit, but Jack Black as the star, I don't even know. What Shallow Hell was kind of funny, but
Shallow Hell was pretty funny. Yeah,
I was just talking about that the other day.
I saw it a long time ago, so I don't remember how great it was, but I remember liking it a lot. But aside from that, I remember just a lot of them being if I'm too lazy to find the remote, I'll watch it, but nothing more than that.
Yeah.
He also did Kung Fu Panda. He's got a huge resume. He doesn't have any super amazing movies, but he's got a big resume and a lot of movies that did pretty well.
Second performance would be Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Yeah.
I know a movie that has Jack Black in it, but he's not the star that I'd watch every single time. That's Cable Guy.
That's true.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Plenty of people have stars though.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like now they're becoming more of a commodity because they're running out of real estate, I guess.
Did you see that? Did you see that guy? Someone kept fucking up Donald Trump's star, so there was a guy who kept printing Donald Trump star all over The fucking City Walk.
Right, fool them.
Yeah, there's like a million of them. There was I'm here at Santa Monica Pier, and there's this guy who's playing like Spanish music, and he's dressed in a suit and a red tie with the fucking Donald Trump mask on.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
But he's been there for fucking hours replaying the same song, and he's acting like he's playing it on his guitar and singing.
You should try showing your video so we could look at it.
Oh, yeah. I'm nowhere near that, dude. You wouldn't be able to hear me if I was anywhere near it. But he'll stop, like, he'll walk away from the mic and there's still singing going on. And he stops playing the guitar and there's still guitar going on. So he's not doing shit. He's just fucking standing there.
He's just like a DJ, just press play and then walk away.
Yeah, and he's just pretending to play and sing.
That's fucking funny, dude.
So, Josh, tell us about this reboot of the DuckTales. Like, did they already release the first season?
Yeah. I think they're about to go into the third season, I think.
No, what's different about it?
Wait, DuckTales.
It's got a unique animation style to it. And, I mean, it's still the same basic premise. Like, Huey, Dewey, and Louie are with Donald Duck, and they go visit their Uncle Scrooge and shit. I think I've seen like 5 or 6 episodes in the very first season of it.
David looks like he's never seen it.
I wasn't against it. Oh, Launchpad was in it too, but he's not in it as much as I'd like him to be.
Well, no, images.
There was another movie with Launchpad in it, though, wasn't there? Or another TV show, I mean.
You don't remember that?
Nope.
Me and Josh used to watch this before school.
I mean, I was aware of it. I just never really watched it.
I think it was on basic TV, David. I don't think you have an excuse for this one.
I know. I'm saying, like, I'm aware that it existed. I just never watched it myself. I never really kind of got into it. So.
But apparently, they already got renewed for season 2. So.
Yeah, you really have to overcome the animation style, though, because remember I showed you guys the animation style for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like really sharp edges and. Just like a weird flat
lazy fucking animators.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you have to fucking overcome. It's kind of weird.
Let me see if I can bring up an image of it.
Of the animation.
Yeah, it's like
itself?
way different.
Yeah,
what it looks like. It looks way different than the original. But
shut that kid up.
But is the show itself good? Like besides the animation style?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like the original, or is it way different?
The quality's decent. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. The writing's pretty good. I don't remember the storyline on the original very much. I just remember them going to visit Scrooge a lot. Wait, is it Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I'm pretty sure it's Scrooge.
I was like, I don't know, you guys are the ones that watch the show, so shit.
I mean, I remember Darkwing Duck, too. They should do that. Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, it was like... Darkwing Duck was like a mix between Daffy and Donald.
That's what I was thinking of.
Daffy, Donald, and Batman.
Yeah, that was a really fucking good show. I missed that show.
Do you guys not know these shows? Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck.
And Pierce.
I watch like Animaniacs.
It's time for Animaniacs.
Yeah, I know that shit. And like Ren and Stimpy and the Angry Beavers.
There you go.
Oh,
that was my shit.
For me, it was like Batman the Animated Series was my shit. But
I feel like they need to make the DC more like that. They need to go back to that.
Darker.
I really didn't like Batman Beyond though. A lot of people.
I didn't quite. When I stopped watching it when it got into Beyond, but I know George. You guys seen him on the show. He's a brother of mine. Like he actually like he favors it. He's like, dude, give Batman Beyond a chance. It's actually really good. I'm like, I gotta give it a shot. I'll give Home Ec another shot. I'll give it another shot.
They're also apparently rebooting the Twilight Zone. I feel like that's kind of inspired by the success of Black Mirror. I don't think I mentioned it, but
actually, the Twilight Zone was around before Black Mirror. So,
right. But I think that's why they're rebooting it, because Black Mirror is kind of a spiritual successor to it. It's like one of those shows where it's different every episode, and there's like it's not always a horror. It's like a mix between science fiction and horror and thrillers, and like they just go back and forth, and sometimes they just pull out a random like drama or something.
I actually just saw my first episode of Black Mirror yesterday when I was at my friend's house. The episode with who's that girl the redheaded girl in the new Jurassic World movies? What's her name?
Jessica Chastain.
I know what you're talking about, the social media one.
Yeah, that one. Where like she was like in the world that they were living in, whatever, in that episode in particular, like how you presented yourself, people would give you ratings.
Yeah.
And if you had like a low rating or bad rating,
like
all
a social
shit,
rating. That's actually going on right now in China, from what I've heard.
In China?
Yeah, they have ways to like rate other people, just like a social rating. There's like apps going around.
Are you talking about Ron Howard's daughter?
That's Ron Howard's daughter?
His daughter?
Yeah, her name's like something like Bryce Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's his daughter, dude.
How many kids does he have?
I don't know. But you remember Ron Howard's brother too, right? Clint?
Yeah. Everybody knows him.
You know who Pierce, you know who he is?
On the radar screen.
I'd probably have to see him. What's his name?
He's do you remember
in Waterboy?
Do you remember in Waterboy where he's like I'm not very handsome. Remember that guy who's
What's
like
his name?
His name's Clint.
Clint. I was searching Flint.
Clint Howard.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy. What the fuck?
He is awful looking.
Yeah, I had no
but
idea.
I love seeing him in movies. I just like when he was in he had like a little bit in Solo, the Star Wars story. I was like, holy shit, he's in here. I was like, yeah.
Which part? I didn't see that.
You know why David likes him?
Why?
Because I feel like I look like him.
Yeah, because if his ugly ass could be in a movie, so could you.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh. That really means a lot, man. I appreciate that.
I'm here. I'm here for you, buddy.
I forgot to mention that Black Mirror got a few nominations too for the episode USS Callister.
They actually won. Not the.
They won.
Yeah,
dude, that episode was really good. If you like Star Trek or anything like Star Trek, like the Orville, you'll like that episode.
What about like Star Wars?
I didn't want to say Star Wars because it's a little bit different. It's got more of a Star Trek feel.
Don't let him lie to you. It's nothing like Star Wars.
Well, I didn't say Star Wars.
Dreams.
Nate said, "Oh, David is handsome. He's like a chubby Johnny Depp." Thank
you, Nate. Love you.
Oh, Weird Al got a star. Thank you, Nate.
I think Donnie Jepp would be better. I think that's David's
Donnie Jepp. All right, and then another reboot that they're doing is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's going to be a live action.
Oh yeah, dude! I have like a lot of anime friends and shit like that, and they're just like blowing up my feed on Facebook, and they're like, both of they're like.
Well, Avatar: The Last Airbender is actually not considered an anime. It's considered a cartoon because it's made in the U.S.
So I was a huge fan of Avatar. And when I heard that James Cameron was making an Avatar movie, I thought it was fucking The Last Airbender.
But instead we got M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was shitty. I didn't even
it was horrible. I tried watching it.
Everybody was
okay, so first of all, like the main character's name is Aang, right? And then like you start watching the movie and then they start saying his name like Ung. They're like, Ung! You're like, who the fuck is Ung? It's Aang. There's literally 2 A's in his name. How do you get Ung from that?
See, you already saying that makes me not want to watch it. Like, I'm already getting Aang shit.
Dude, I don't... that was unexpected.
Angry. Oh, damn.
Yeah, Pierce would follow that.
You got the big brain on bread.
It was unbelievable.
So anyway, they're going to do a live-action series of this, so hopefully it's not as bad as M. Night Shyamalan. I hear a lot of people saying that no matter what they do, it's like you can't make a live-action work for something like that. Because there needs to be so many like special effects and stuff. But who knows?
If Netflix is obviously, doing a pretty good job, I think they'll put... okay, so it's the original creators of Avatar are behind this, right?
I believe so, yeah. I think they're like heavily involved.
If they have a Netflix backing, dude, I think they'll do it as much justice as they can for live action.
They actually have another show out right now, and that did really well. It's like 8.4 on IMDb. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get into Netflix.
I was like, what's the show?
But I want to get into your conspiracy theories, David.
I got to drink up for this one. Okay.
So David did some research on was it the Denver International Airport?
Yes, sir.
And like I did a little bit of reading, like a little bit of like preliminary reading, just to kind of familiarize myself. And I was like, no, it was just kind of, it's strange, man. But anyway, like, tell us about it.
Okay, so, well, hold on, let me make my drink here first.
Kayti loves conspiracy theories, by the way.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, she's like, can we have her?
Just
like
the other day, she was telling me that Avril Lavigne was replaced, and then I disproved it in 2 minutes.
No. I was just telling you that was a conspiracy theory, and then we started looking it up, and we mutually agreed that it is probably impossible. So don't you put that shit on me. No.
I like how she still says probably.
She likes Rick and Morty. She likes
conspiracy
theories.
She could have been replaced. Who knows?
She
Just
wasn't.
like Paul McCartney. Yeah. We'll get to that next week.
Next week on Conspiracy Corner.
I believe the Paul McCartney one a little bit more.
I believe that one a little bit more too, because.
So hey, hold on. Next week, are we doing it on Saturday since we're all three going to be in Vegas on Saturday?
Sure.
We'll just do a live panel episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right, so get into it, David.
Continue.
So the Denver International Airport, it sits on 35,000 acres of land, which is a little bit more than twice the size of Manhattan.
Can I show the picture?
Yeah, please. So everyone's got to get a scale of how big this fucking airport is. This airport was built despite the fact that there was already a fully functional airport already in Denver, just 6 miles down from this airport. And there was no problems with it. Like, this airport now, the new one, Denver International Airport, it has fewer runways, and it doesn't have any new like technological like advances to it. Nobody knows why it was kind of being built. Nobody knows who built it either. They just know that it was funded privately by 4 people or 4 entities rather, and the projected total was $2 billion, but it was 16 months behind and like went over behind schedule and everything. So totally, like, how much it cost at the end was $4.6 billion to build.
Damn.
So
they went way over their budget.
Way over the budget. So I'm telling you right now, I mean, it's a conspiracy theory, but these are the facts that I'm telling you. I'll decipher,
Right.
So after it was finally done, it was finally open in February 1995. And shortly after that, there was a construction worker who worked on the project who became a sort of whistleblower and came out and said that the reason why it was so over budget and so far fucking behind was that there are 5 multi-level buildings buried underneath the airport that have connecting railways and like a tunnel system, like a bunker thing. So this is where, the conspiracy theories start to get a little, people start to
validate
question. Yeah. Where if what he says is true, if he's obviously worked on the project, these 5 multi-level buildings exist along with these bunkers. The conspiracy theory is that it's sort of meant for the world elite, the billionaires, political elite and everything, to house them in case of a nuclear war or an apocalypse event.
So they all have to fly to fucking Denver.
To Denver. Yeah, right? Fucking shoot me.
So tell us about what I'm looking at right here with this big
Go ahead,
horse
yeah,
thing.
load that up. So this horse is a blue Mustang, but, the locals called it Blucifer. This horse is on the road that leads you into the airport. So if you can see behind him is the actual airport itself. So obviously you can see he's blue and he has red glowing eyes. So the sculptor, I think his name was Luis Jimenez, while he was almost being completed, Lucifer's head fell off and it crushed the sculptor, killing him. It severed the femoral artery in his leg, I believe, and it killed him.
Jesus.
So then, yeah, crazy, right? So everyone kind of thinks that this statue is like cursed or whatever.
It's so weird looking at it, like that. Like I don't think I'm heading towards an airport when I see something like this.
Exactly. Wait until we get inside the airport. But most people start to think that the conspiracy theory that most people have is like that this horse supposedly represents one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Death. The Book of Revelations. I looked and behold the pale horse, and the name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. That's people just kind of made that conspiracy and that connection with them. So go ahead and show the next photo.
So this is a photo from inside the airport?
There are 4 paintings. These are one of the 4 murals that are inside the airport. And if you can see in there, like, you know, people are watching at home and everything, that is what looks like, you know, a soldier, sword, AK-47, he's stabbing a dove, which is, it represents peace. And on the long side, with the left of him, or, you know, to the right of him, sorry, my left, is like, you know, a long line of women crying over their dead children. Like, he supposedly, you know, everyone thinks that nobody knows why these kind of murals are here or why the fuck they're depicting this kind of shit.
Yeah, it's because, like an airport, something that represents travel and like connecting places.
You would want to show the best of what your city has to offer, you know, and yet we're looking at shit like this when you fucking land. Like, what the hell, dude?
Is this the main airport there, or people normally use a different airport?
I'm assuming that they would. Hub. Yeah, it's the international hub. I would assume they would use the other Denver airport, the one that was, you know, perfectly fine and is completely fucking normal, not like this. Go ahead and show the next photo. So this is the second mural, I believe, and
this one with the cheetah or the leopard.
Yeah, I forget there's names for each of the murals. This one I forgot the name of, and then it's supposedly this one represents the death of like Mother Nature and like, you know, the planet and everything. Like that girl in the blue over the left shoulder of the girl in the center of the frame.
Yeah,
she's supposedly holding Mayan tablets.
Oh,
you know, that's, you know.
It looks like she's holding a map.
Someone like said it was Mayan tablets or whatever. There's all these weird ass conspiracies. So if you can see the photo itself, it's what fucking trees in the background that are burning. They have all these animals in, you know, caged or, you know, a glass container to preserve them somehow.
Yeah, it's like all chaotic stuff.
It's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, but someone hired this artist and approved all this shit.
Someone hired them, and the local government had to approve of this. This is what's very troubling. Why would a local government approve for these fucking murals to be in an airport where people are going to come and see them? Like, you don't see this kind of shit at an airport. You go to a, you know,
true.
Obscure art gallery.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
This
The
one,
government doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, this one. This is like Children of the World Want Peace or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all turning in their weapons, and you know that soldier from the previous. Photo, the first one, you know, he's been defeated and everything. The doves are there and all that shit. And yeah, there's like weird ass fucking shit. Go ahead and show the next one, dude. How do I also explain it, dude? I mean, like,
it is super strange.
Fact.
I wouldn't expect if somebody told me like, where do you think this would be located? My last guess would be an airport. You know,
at a fucking airport, right? So this last one is at peace and harmony with the world. So in the background, there's, you know, the different settings of the world. You know, you got the desert, jungle, you know, the mountain terrain, the oceans, and all that shit. And so this one is supposed to represent, I guess, the rebirth of the world, where everything's at peace. So a lot of people, the conspiracy theory now that I'm telling you is a lot of people are thinking that this is all part of the New World Order or something like that because of how they want to destroy 33% of the population, right?
Yeah, I can see how it's kind of like a narrative. Like it starts with like war, and then a bunch of things dying, and then all the countries coming together
to have that one system of government, a world government. You know, that's what the New Order conspiracy theory kind of people think that they want. You know,
right?
So this last photo, this is also here in the airport. This is actually a dedication stone. Underneath this stone is a time capsule meant for the people of 2094. But if you look carefully, it says Denver International Airport, blah, blah, blah. That symbol right there in the middle with the ruler and that...
Illuminati.
That's the Freemason symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everyone thinks that, you know, Freemasons and Illuminati are pretty much almost the same kind of shit.
What is all that stuff on there? The most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge. What does that mean?
Read below the date where it says
New World Airport
Commission. That's where everyone's like, okay, it's not. Someone's trying to give us hints here about what the fuck is going on, you know. And then someone also pointed out that the number is 1994. If you add those numbers up individually, like 1 plus 9 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4 comes out to 33. 33 is significant in the Freemason world because that's the highest level that you can achieve in the Freemason, you know, belief. It's like an area of enlightenment or something like that. So 33 is very significant to them. But this is a dedication stone. And underneath is a time capsule for people of 2094. This is all a bunch of weird ass fucking shit at this airport, dude.
I will say it's like super strange, like all this stuff in an airport. What is the point? And
yeah. Okay. So what the photos that we showed you, and I've tried to give you as much facts as I can, and then I've given you the conspiracy theory. So it's left to the interpretation for people about. But I think one thing we can all agree on how like kind of disturbing this all is.
Yeah.
Strange.
It is super weird. Nate said, "What the fuck is this airport operational?"
Yes, it's fully operational.
Doesn't it make you want to fucking go there though?
Yeah.
Like, don't you just want to fly into that airport now?
So I first heard about
this.
I first heard about this airport. You guys remember a guy named Jesse Ventura? He was also a governor. He was in that movie Predator, who also became a governor. I forget. I think I want to say it's like Minnesota.
He's a little wacky though, isn't he? I know he doesn't have the best reputation.
He had his own show.
He kind of embellishes shit. He embellishes shit a lot, though, doesn't he?
He tries, to give out facts and try and figure out, like, hound down like the conspiracy theory and just point out the facts and also like why the fuck is shit like this here. And that's how I first learned about the Denver International Airport. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Have you been there before?
Fuck no, I've never been out. I've never been on a plane.
I remember him saying that he was like a president of like an outlaw motorcycle club. I don't remember which one. I think it was like the Mongols or something like that.
Jesse Ventura?
Yeah.
They would never make a white person, no offense, a white person.
Dude, look, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I saw it on the Joe Rogan podcast where he gave Joe Rogan his business card of him being the president. Like he's a former president, like he retired from the club or whatever. Maybe
when they first started, because I remember the guy who originally started the Mongols did it in spite of the Hells Angels because he was Mexican and they didn't. Certain chapters of the Hells Angels, I guess, even during that time in the late '60s, early '70s, were still a bit, prejudiced. They didn't even want to allow members, different color, whatever. But nowadays, it's only certain chapters of the Hells Angels. But as far as I'm concerned, the Mongols are strictly like, Latinos, like Mexican American and everything. So
no, they're not, because I saw some videos and I know I definitely saw white guys in it.
Yeah, it might have been one of those light-skinned Mexicans, dude. There's a lot. We guys got you pegged. We're everywhere. You don't even know it.
I don't think the Mongols are selective. I think they just want to beat the Hells Angels at this point.
They try to get that numbers.
Yeah.
They're like, we welcome everybody. No blacks.
Yeah. We all agree on the rules. And, no Jews, no blacks.
I wanted to point out that when I was reading about it, a lot of people said that you can make out a Nazi symbol. Like a swastika.
It resembles a swastika, the way the airport is built.
What? Yeah. How? Wait, point this out to me, because I did not see a swastika.
Yeah, it was really funny.
An aerial shot?
Yeah, it's an aerial shot.
That's the aerial shot. Josh, can you see that?
What? I sure can.
It almost resembles a swastika. Kind of.
Are you guys blind? I don't see any swastika.
Obviously it's not a swastika, but I mean, most people kind of get the idea of like, it almost resembles a swastika.
See if I can get a clear
Denver Airport swastika.
Oh, so Ricky sat next to me because I'm down at the beach, and I'm telling her to look up aerial shot of Denver International. She types aerial like fucking Princess Ariel.
Oh my god.
Yes. Mermaids.
All right, yeah, I could kind of see it.
Mermaid. Yeah.
Oh, don't be a hater. Just
I definitely can see it. If the centralized location is actually, so I'll send it to you, Pierce, so you can put it up before the end of the show.
I put something up that kind of outlines it.
Yeah.
That does not look like a swastika.
I'll trace it. I'll trace it so you can see.
This is like really pulling at straws here.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird. It's kind of a weird thing. But I will say that like they did go over budget, and like that's something that could happen. But they were like billions of dollars over budget.
It's on 35,000 acres. Why would an airport need that much fucking land?
Actually, they have the longest runway, I think, in the United States as well. But it's so that they can deal with international flights.
There was
huge airplanes.
There's I was looking up videos on YouTube as well, about the conspiracy theory, and there was one about a comet that was almost going to strike Earth. I think in 2011 or something like that. I don't know if you guys remember. Like, it was about to make contact with Earth. So they flew President Obama into Denver. He just happened to be there while this comet narrowly passed us. So that's when like everyone's like really thinking like maybe there are bunkers that are there.
So
the house.
The multi-level part is like underground. Like they just built a bunch of stuff underground, and it took long.
And has railways connecting them and everything, dude.
I mean, there's got to be bunkers somewhere because bunkers are like a thing, and they have to be secretive, right?
Of course.
So,
but I mean, I suppose, but I mean, like, I don't know. It's just weird conspiracy. That's one of the many conspiracy theories that I really like to indulge myself in, I guess.
Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll respond to your guys' theories about this.
I know I sound a bit crazy and all, but I think we can all agree about this whole.
No, it was definitely weird. You're not crazy. That stuff is weird. It's like
a little unsettling.
Yeah, it's definitely unsettling. Like especially for an airport.
I definitely agree that it's creepy.
All right.
I mean, it's definitely freaking creepy.
Yeah. So you guys do your own research. Read some articles, watch some. There's tons of videos on YouTube. So
that was cool. Thanks for researching that. We'll have you do another conspiracy in the future.
I actually did my job today, guys. So if you guys
should do one about Arizona next.
Yeah, do one in Arizona. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here.
There's aliens. There's all sorts of shit. That's awesome.
Oh, I'll talk about maybe ley lines or something like that.
There's the lights over Phoenix that happened. I think they were born in 1993.
You guys have never heard about ley lines?
Superstition Mountains actually is supposedly there's buried treasure out there.
Isn't that where we're supposed to go hiking?
You guys know that. You guys know that Phoenix was originally destroyed, right?
What? No.
That's why it's called Phoenix, because it was a town that rose
from the ashes.
What? That's crazy.
No, I completely just made that up right now.
Oh, you're good at bullshitting then.
That's a conspiracy theory, Josh. How dare you?
It might be. Let's
see how good you are at making up arguments, because on to our next segment.
Ooh.
Homer
versus
Marge.
I just want to start with this real quick. Katie did not get our reference earlier, the Simpsons reference earlier, where we were talking about coffee and beer.
Yeah. What were you on that one, Katie?
Like,
I don't know. Wait, what's the reference?
Have you or have you not seen every episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah, dude.
But I don't watch them religiously. Like, I don't have that memorized to my brain. Okay. Give me
we have like episodes seared into our brains. I grew up with The Simpsons.
So, Katie, you're here to make arguments that Marge is a good person, right?
Yeah,
because
you trashed her, and I feel personally
Let's give some context. What happened last episode that brought this all about?
My stance is, I mean, I've been saying this throughout the episodes, because I rewatched all episodes.
Pretty much throughout this.
Yeah, and I've been saying it throughout season 2 at least. No, actually, I think
at least
the end of our first season, I started rewatching it. But anyway,
I thought you started.
As I'm rewatching it, I'm realizing how much of a freaking bitch Marge is, and it's just, I just don't think that she's good for Homer. That's all I'm saying. Homer should have left her for Mindy.
Okay.
And I don't think you could convince me that Mindy was a better choice than Marge.
Yeah, Mindy was like the perfect choice for Homer.
Who would put up with Homer the way Marge puts up with
Mindy?
Homer?
Mindy was
Homer.
Was exactly like Homer.
Yeah.
And she was
but could you imagine them as a couple? The fucking world would implode. They're horrible.
Though, yeah. Well, things are changing, sweetheart. It's 2018. I was going to say 2017. I was like, wait a minute. No, it's
By the way, Josh, did you see the image that I put up?
I don't think Josh can see shit. Josh, are you still there?
I don't know if you can see it.
Josh is broken.
Fuck, dude. Is he gone?
He got washed away by the waves.
Oh, it looks like... No, he really wussed out, man. He's like, oh, I got to argue. Oh, no, I left.
Who can't take the heat? Get out of this shit.
I could talk shit right now because he ain't on. He's gonna have to watch it. Fuck you, Josh.
But this image is from the beat 'em up game that you could play at arcades only back in the day. I think it was on Super Nintendo as well.
Wait, was the arcade and had the 4 joysticks and the buttons and everything?
4 joysticks. You could play as Homer, Marge, Lisa, or Bart.
Yeah.
And then you just walk around. Yeah, that game was so fun.
Simpsons
it was fun, but it was fun.
Is fun.
Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run was really good too.
I fucking love that game on GameCube.
GameCube? Oh, I was thinking of I don't know
I
why.
think I played it on PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation
I
2.
played it on GameCube. The little tiny itty bitty disc.
Fuck that, man. I really like Dreamcast. That was one of my favorite consoles, actually. It was like really underrated. It was like a bit way before its time.
Yeah, I never played that.
Anyway, so Josh made his point about how Marge is not good for Homer, and Homer
He's back.
should have been with Mindy the whole time. So
Can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is your
Right on,
rebuttal to
okay.
that, Katie? Why do you think Homer is really the problem in all this and not Marge?
Okay, I'm not saying Homer is the problem because I love Homer. I'm just saying that no one could put up with Homer the way Marge does, and she should be a little more
Likely
appreciative.
story.
Because, like, I'm sorry, but someone that fucks your life up so bad that you have to literally just uproot overnight and dip, and you still stick with them through everything, like, that's a winner right there. And she still cooks him dinner. Yeah, you got her. She's a good one.
You know why she cooks him dinner? Because she doesn't fucking work.
Yep.
So when Homer decided that he was gonna work from home by being disabled and gaining like 500 pounds, she
300.
didn't stop him. Whatever it was, and I've seen him out.
You're getting fact checked right now, live.
We know.
Live.
300, not 500.
You know why? Because
All in here.
He's sitting on the scale, and he thinks that he's lost weight, but really his belly is like stuck on the towel rack. And
Yeah, you remember?
Homer,
if you're unsure about something, rub it on a piece of paper. If the paper turns clear, it's your window to weight gain. Bye-bye, everybody.
That's good.
Our next argument: why is Dr. Hibbert better than Dr. Nick? Stay tuned.
I didn't realize there's two doctors in there.
Yeah.
There's the shady one and then the not so shady one.
Who's the not so shady one then? Genius? Don't answer everyone.
Well, I don't know. Nick is more shady, Dr. Nick, because he doesn't have a license. So he's more shady. They're both, I guess, not so ideal.
Inflammable means flammable?
All right,
What
so
country?
look. So you think with Lurleen ready to give up her entire career for Homer, you don't think she'd do all the stuff that Marge would do?
Hell no! Bitch is a flake.
Well, okay, what about Mindy?
man?
Still, Mindy. They showed Mindy Sims in a later episode. Mindy Simmons in a later episode, and she completely fell off the wagon. She was super drunk because of like Homer fucking letting her down.
Wait, I didn't see that episode.
Yeah, dude, she didn't even talk, but they were like, and Mindy Simmons, and then she like comes up and she's like, I think she has like a bottle in her hand. She's like falling over drunk, like all wobbly and shit.
I don't know how I feel about this, guys.
Yeah, I don't even remember that episode either. But still, I mean, that's like, so she's all broken up, right? And her life is trashed because Homer said no to her. Could you imagine had she lived through some of the shit that Homer did with Marge?
I think Homer...
Like what?
Okay,
what?
no.
Name some things, though. I want to hear some facts.
Look, I think that...
Homer being destructive, he's just kind of prone to fucking a lot of shit up.
I think Mindy would have been right beside him fucking shit up. They would have been.
I will say that like throughout the series, like Homer is like super lazy and he causes most of the problems, and then like
he does.
Marge just loves him anyway.
Super lazy. Exactly. The guy who's been in space. The guy who's
he didn't even want to go.
Lived a great life.
So if we're to give Marge credit for anything, Josh, what would it be?
I think Josh cut out again.
Good talk. How about
you know what?
So, do you think that if Homer and Mindy went back together, Katie, or were together in the first place, that things would not have been smooth sailing? It would have been a disaster?
Probably. I think Homer is one of those people where someone will super duper, like how Marge says in the movie, like it's easy to love him from afar, but when you get up close, it's a lot of really dirty details.
Yeah.
And Marge is the only one that can be up in those details and still love him and raise their children and fix shit when he fucks it up and still be by him no matter how horrible he is. I mean, think about it. Could you imagine being in Marge's shoes and being ostracized by the community because your husband's a fucking Nimrod? Like, she toughs it out pretty well. Like, yeah, she loses it a couple times, but I mean, overall, she's a pretty tough bitch. Like,
you don't think that Marge stayed with Homer because of the kids?
Oh, hell no. Because there's a bunch of times where Marge is like, doesn't even need to be there, and she thinks about leaving, and she goes and stays with her sisters and all that other stuff, and like.
Oh, when Homer gets the gun.
Yeah, and I don't think that like, if she didn't really want to come back, she wouldn't have had to, Damn. And like she always says, like her mom, or who was it? Yeah, her mom never wanted her to marry Homer, and like her sisters hate him. Like no one in her life supported this decision.
Mrs. Boomier!
Mrs.
Boomier! Isn't that her own fault for choosing that then? Oh, it looks like Josh cut out. Katie, your head got all huge.
Oh shit. Where did I go? There I am.
Oh, my forehead. Hello.
I'll hold you there manually. So yeah, so let us know in the comments who you guys think has a better argument. Unfortunately, Josh kept cutting out, so he couldn't make his full case for...
Well, who stayed here for the argument?
How the heck did you zoom in on my forehead? Is that a thing?
It's because you're now taking up 2 slots, because one slot went missing.
You have blemishes on your forehead, by the way.
I'm sure I do.
Just joking.
God, Josh just had to fuck everything up.
So yeah, before we leave, we have these images that that Josh sent me about these shirts that were like totally wrong with like all their quotes and like what they called them. The one at the top left says "Live long and proper."
Oh my god!
The Spock.
And then what's the second one? Better call Paul.
Hey, I'm back.
What up?
Oh, Josh is back.
David, were you defending me?
David defended you in your place.
I totally did, dude.
Good.
We're talking about the shirts now.
What shirts? Our shirts?
No, the shirts that are labeled incorrectly.
Oh shit! What I missed? Never mind.
You missed
we missed that everybody is gonna vote in the comments who they thought won the argument, and we're gonna tally it all up.
Look.
You lost because you weren't here, obviously.
Look, this is the
final
thing.
thoughts.
My connection has been super shitty. I'm gonna have to have this conversation with Katie again. We're gonna have to do this again.
All right.
You're gonna have to be on the show
because
again.
we didn't get enough time on it, and she still doesn't think that Marge is a bitch. So
I will never think that Marge is a bitch.
So, look, before I actually, by the way, it was completely my fault that I hung up. I'm eating a fucking... David, what are these, the street corns called?
Elote.
Elotes.
I mean,
elote.
Right? So, I fucking took a bite, and I had shit on my mouth. So, I went to wipe it on my shoulder. By the way, I'm wearing a white shirt, so now my fucking shirt's stained. But anyway, I went to wipe it on my... I'm trying to get money here. I went to wipe it on my shoulder, and I accidentally clicked the little thing of my phone and hung up on the call with my stupid fucking chin. But anyway, what I was going to say is Mindy, like there were times where Marge was like Homer's conscience and shit and made him give up on like a super good job and winning like millions of dollars and shit. So Homer and Mindy would have been fucking rich if it wasn't for fucking Marge.
Yeah, but what is money? Money is nothing.
Money is everything.
No, money goes away. You can't take it with you when you go, so who the fuck cares?
You could take it with you when you walk out the door.
You might as well have a ride or die bitch by your side doing whatever. It doesn't matter how much money.
But eventually you're just going to find her annoying, so you're going to be like...
Wait, hold on. He can't take Marge with him when he's dead either. So what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, he can. Maude is in heaven watching over Ned. Why can't he take Marge with him?
All right, look. I got one more thing to say about this. We've seen lots of futures, and Marge ends up with like a bunch of different dudes. Do you remember that? Like,
yeah,
it was flash forwarding, and then it was like
they're like divorced.
Lenny, and then Carl, and then like fucking Disco Stew, and then they ultimately end up back together. Plus, there was another time where like Homer said something happened to Lenny, and she was like, "Oh no, not Lenny," and she was like knitting something for Lenny to get well soon, and like fucking, they were like, Homer was like, "I'm okay," and then they were like, "Oh, but how's Lenny?" You know, like everyone's freaked out about Lenny. She doesn't even like Homer. She was gonna cheat on him a million times. Season 1, she was gonna cheat on him with Jacques.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up right now.
Went back
she
all the way
didn't.
to season 1.
I don't think she remembers who Jacques is. Do you
I know who
remember
Jacques is.
one?
There's another guy that she almost cheats on him with, and I forget what his name is, but he's her high school boyfriend.
He invites
Artie
her to
Ziff.
brunch. That's
Artie
Artie
Ziff.
Artie Ziff.
Artie Ziff.
Yeah. Okay. But she doesn't.
Voiced by
But
help me out.
I know. Fuck. Starts with a J.
John Lovitz.
John Lovitz. There you go. John Lovitz.
Finger guns. All right, so onto these shirts before we sign out.
Let's talk about them.
So
Let's talk about
I
it.
can't see what the one on the top right says though. I think it's supposed to say friends, obviously. Oh, it does say friends, but it's not friends.
What does it say?
It says friends on it, but the
who's
picture
on it?
is not the people from
Like a
Friends.
picture.
I can't see it very clearly. I think it's
Is it like Full House or something?
I think it's like Cheers or something. I can't really see
Oh.
it. And then on the bottom left it says fuck the police.
Nice.
And then it has the Titanic. It has Leonardo and the girl. I don't even know her name.
Kate
Kate Winslet.
Winslet.
Rose.
And then
And
it says,
girl.
"I am the king of Earth." And then it has a picture from her, but it just says him.
Speaking of these shirts, it reminded me of the shirt that I actually wanted to buy. It was it's a black shirt and there's a white print of Sean Young in Blade Runner, where she plays, when she's Rachel with her hair down. And on the bottom, it's the quote from one of the movie, but it's the wrong quote. In the shirt, it says, it's a shame she won't live, but then again, who does? But the quote in the movie is, it's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does? And I'm like, pisses me off. I really want that shirt because it's so cool.
So Josh, are these
Go
like
ahead.
purposely wrong or?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're wrong on purpose. But
Wait, there's
they're
more?
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, God. Sit, Josh, you are cutting out again. You're out. All right.
He's out. So I don't know what the top left one says
They're
or the
wrong.
middle one.
Ah, he's still here. He's a ghost.
What is happening?
Josh, we get more.
He's washing away into the ocean.
Josh, are you drowning in the ocean? Did you go out too far? You
The
walk
one
along.
on the top right says Super Bowel instead of Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
And then the one on the bottom middle says Nirvana smells of teen spirit or teen spit.
It reminds me of that show American Vandal with all the pooping stuff. And good call back on the joke.
Nice.
Thank
Brought
you.
it back. Oh, by the way, I wanted to share with you guys that me and Katie have been compiling a playlist of sorts with some music of sorts.
With Brandon.
With
your
Brandon, our newest subscriber.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it during the show, so if you didn't see him subscribe, he's not the newest one. Sorry, Brando, you had your chance and you done fucked up.
Ooh.
I like how we went straight to Brando.
Well, oh, my book is over there, yeah. I've been reading Marlon Brando's autobiography. I love that book.
So our playlist is linked in the description if you want to check it out. It's got like something like 400 songs now. It's pretty good.
I think
Wait.
we're at 402.
Way to ease them in.
Wait, hold on. 400. So wait, what we're doing on this playlist?
It's a huge
Is it-
mixture. It's got Queen, it's got
good
Beatles,
time.
it's got
That's good shit.
alternative.
Beatles, is it original Paul McCartney though? Is it the first
Yeah.
Paul McCartney?
Original Paul
Yeah.
McCartney.
Okay.
Not the replacement Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
Call McCartney.
We've been doing that a lot today. Switching the first letters.
It's contagious.
Paul McCartney.
Let's talk to Donnie Jepp about that next week.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for being on the show, Katie.
Yeah, Katie, I really enjoyed having you here.
Special
Oh,
thanks to
thank you.
George, Vader, Ricky, David,
Katie.
me
Katie!
for doing all the production, Nathan. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks, Josh, for being on despite being on your vacation and tuning in from the beach. It's probably getting
Vacation is when you go.
it's probably
somewhere.
pretty dark out there right now.
Yeah, I'm still sitting in the same spot too. It sucks. But yeah, this Saturday it'll be better.
Yeah, so
We're
our
doing it
next
all there.
episode is going to be
Live
a
from
little
Las
bit
Vegas.
different. It's going to be live from Las Vegas, as David said. and we're
So get this, guys. I'm going to be staying in a hotel called Sam's Town, and downstairs there's a complete open bar. So
Ooh.
Open bar. We get to drink all we
shit.
want.
Oh, hold on, I said that wrong.
Yeah. All right. I like
so,
this.
So hey, we could get mixed drinks. So do you want to do what? I mean, what's our drink?
Anything.
What's our drink here?
Hey,
White Russian.
Wild card.
White Russian.
You gotta get a classic, like an old fashioned.
Look, no. Adioses. Adioses.
Adios.
Oh no, God no.
Adioses. Come on.
Fuck no. I'll do one.
Hey, you only.
I'll do one.
You gonna do one?
I can drink like 2 of those, and I'm done.
You only YOLO once, right?
I'll do one. One and done. That's what I say.
We'll think about it. We'll think about it, but let's say tentatively it's an adios. You guys comfortable with that?
I want White Russians. Those are delicious, but I'm down for adios.
All right. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
We're gonna mix the fuck out of everything.
Katie, I'll be back. Or as the shirt says, what did that shirt say again?
I shall return momentarily.
Shall return momentarily.
Yes, we'll do this again. Maybe we could do like a separate debate clip or some shit.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do a special.
Next time you guys can
we'll do a part 2. Yeah, we'll have more citations.
Okay.
All right, Katie, go ahead and read us out, Katie.
What do I read?
Everything that's on your
stuff
screen.
that you see. Read.
Oh, I got you. I got this. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Speakeasy Gentleman. Find audio for all episodes on iTunes and Podbean. I don't know what
that was
the
most
Podbean is.
perfect reading ever.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was very good.
Podbean is where you could find,